Alright, ladies and gentlemen, top 10 tips for the mage in Throne and Liberty. Ooh, that will be interesting. It's not the guide. I'm still not ready to the guide for the mage, but it will be so many tips that is important to progress fast and make your life much easier as a mage, having fun, and to understand your class better. Let's go. As always, my name is PLK, and guys, I love you, I love this community. Thank you very much for your subscriptions, for your likes. We're growing so fast. I can't even imagine that we will grow so fast. Thank you for that. Keep subscribing, and I will keep doing great videos. So let's talk about the most interesting question for everybody: how to use the stats as a mage. I did try different stats for the mage. I changed them, reset them. It looks like dexterity is the best stat for the beginning, because dexterity adding you the max damage, but also it adds you attack speed, magical critical hit, and evasion. So as you can see now, I have magical critical hit 675, which is about 67% chance to crit. And the crit attacks doubles your damage easily. So this is super important thing. Also, we need the wisdom, right? Why we need the wisdom? Because wisdom is our mana regeneration and cooldown speed. So 30 for dexterity and 30 for wisdom through the equipment, through the stats, and then you can do whatever you want, because after 30 you need 2 points to enhance that, and 67% of crit already good, right? So I will go to perception, because perception will add the chance for the CC, which is also important. So we're going dexterity and wisdom. More crits, more damage, more attack speed. Just look at that. Almost half of the attacks will be crit. Look at that. You can see crit like the big, like this. 643 for the lightning, and the normal is about 300. Let's try it. 360, and 67% is the big number, boys. And you can see by the normal missiles, it's like really good chance to do that. So crit for the mage, that's perfect. Next tip is to craft your blue gear. It's super simple. How I do that? I have almost everything as a blue, and I'm only level 38. By questing you will get few recipes, but how you can get other recipes, I'll tell you. You go to lithograph book, you find the recipe that you want. Like for instance, I have the staff, I have the rope, and I have the choker, right? And I want this rope. It's super simple to produce, to craft these 4 ropes. So you go and you make the contracts to collect the recipes, to collect the materials, and all the things that you need to craft. You go to the city and you craft your rope. Then you enhance the rope, right? By the transfer from the previous one, or you enhance your weapon. Because blue weapon and blue gear, it's not super big difference between green and blue. It's like, plus 10 base damage. But in this game, plus 10 base damage is super huge number. So it's not a big deal. It's just making the contracts. You are doing the main quest line and you craft the blue gear for you. The next tip is the dungeon. So go to the dungeon as much as possible to get these recipes, to get XP, and most importantly, from every boss you will get this. You will get the main materials to craft things. While you're XPing and while you're having fun, obviously dungeons are pretty fun, you will get the materials for the crafting. So after a few sessions, you will go and craft all the ropes at one time, and you will craft the blue rope super simply. So use dungeons. Dungeons are super important. The next one, the Stellate. What is that? It's a small thing. It's a legacy from the Lineage 2 game. So you go to every merchant and you can buy the Stellate for 10%. And somewhere I saw even at 15%. What does it mean? You buy them a lot. Don't be greedy. Just spend as much money as possible on this and on the World Tree Leaf, because these things will heal you and these things will add 10% of damage, which is super small. Come on, like 10% for this game, the 10% is the huge damage. In Lineage 2 we have the same things, but they added the x2 damage, or sometimes x2.5 damage for the mages. So here it's not so dramatic change for the damage, but still, you have to use it. It's super important for this game. So, we call them suckers. I don't know why, so use suckers. The next tip is skills. You have to level up your skills. Why? I will tell you. All the skills have different types of the level, like green, blue, purple, and that's all. But all the green skills could become the blue ones, and then the purple ones. which means this skill will have additional power or additional things. Like for instance, Chain Lightning. Now it's only the damage and possibility to stack the burning curse. To level up your skills, you need these books like this, quality training stuff for active skills and for passive skills. Then you collect them through the contracts and you level up your skills. And your skill can become rare, epic, right? Blue and purple. So the Chain Lightning, which have the huge damage with the critical strike is about like 670 damage. If it's rare, when you are that, cooldown will decrease 40%. 40%, like half of the reduction of the cooldown. This is super good. And if it's epic, additional damage by 9% of base damage to targets afflicted with the burning. And this game consists from the small parts and things. Just imagine all the skills will be epic skills, right? And all the skills will add additional stacks. It will add additional things. Like for instance, if we're talking about the wand, the Touch of Despair will have additional stacks, additional damage, and also additional healing effect on yourself if you have this passive. So you need to go to the contracts. It's a good XP, and also you can enhance your skills. And then you have weapon mastery. So use your weapon and make the investments of your skills in the mastery. I prefer to invest on the simple base damage for now, because we need as much damage as possible. That is why, by the way, I tried strength, because it looks like for me at the beginning that I don't have enough melee defense. But come on, as a mage, we need as much damage as possible. The next one will be you need to level up your gear, because when you level up your gear, first of all, the green ones, the maximum level is 6, right? And it's just enhancing of these parameters. But for the blue one, you have additional parameters, which is traits, and you can enhance it as well. So how it works? It's super easy. You need to grind contracts as well to get these thingies. The quality weapon, Growstone, or rare weapon, Growstone, the same for everything. And every enhancement of your gear will add the main attributes of this gear. For instance, for the boots, it will be melee defense, range defense, perceptions, by the way, and move speed. And it's small things, but melee defense, additional 9 here, additional magic defense here for 10, additional damage for the weapon. It's not only weapon thing. It's super important to have all these small things part by part. You will enhance your statistics and your parameters, and you will become more tougher. Like I have right now, melee defense 737, and all this from the equipment, right? Or magic defense 610, or range defense, or base damage. And you can see from base damage is from 83 from the equipment, attack speed, and every other possible thing. Now, without the PvP, it's not super important about the CCs, but after that, everything will be super important, and you will need to enhance your weapon and gear and everything. So do that, please. So contracts. Let's talk about contracts. Why contracts are super important? Well, you can do the blue quests. They are okay-ish. They can get you some materials. The main quest is good for XP, right? But if you will just go and do the main quests, first of all, your level will be a little bit lower for the locations. So I propose to go and take the contracts that you need. For instance, to enhance your skills, green ones, you have to go to lower locations to get these contracts for the staff and for the wand. So the next tip is please use contracts. Go here, take these contracts, you will get experience, which is not super big, but you can take at my level 5 contracts at the same time in one territory. So you go there, you kill mobs, you get the experience, about like 50,000 of experience from 5 of the contracts, which is like big part, like 10 or 15% of 38th level. And also you get the materials, and also you get the improvements for the skills and improvements for the gear. So contracts are essential in this game. You can't progress without the contracts. Use contracts. Now, the next tip is use your skills properly. Let me move my head. What does it mean properly? Different skills have different side effects. For example, we have Chain Lightning, and Chain Lightning deals additional 4% per stack against a target that applies burning, which is a smart thing to do to start with the Firebomb, right? Wrong. The thing is, you also have the Touch of Despair, and you also have the Time for Punishment. So the smart thing to do will be to apply Time of Punishment, to apply the Touch of Despair, then do the fire damage, then do the Inferno Wave, and then finish it with a Chain Lightning. In that case, you will have the top stacks by the burning, and the damage by the Chain Lightning will be the top as well. Or vice versa. You have this, which is Curse Explosion. And you need to apply as much curses as possible on the target. And if you are doing AoE, you can use this skill, Corrupt Magic Circle, on multiple targets. Then you're doing the Burning AoE skill, and then you're making the Curse Explosion. And it will be hard damage on all of the targets. The same for the passives. So what I have as the passives here, for instance, you have this passive skill, Noble Revival. Your skill heal increased by 2% for every 1000 max mana. And you have this skill, increase max mana by 2.5. So it's about 5% of the healing. And I also have this, restores health of an allied target or to yourself for 8.6% of the damage from the curses. If I will have this as a rare, so it will be 3 stacks of the curses, they will do the damage and they will heal me, and the heal will be bigger because I have max mana bigger, right? So think about the passives and think about the everything all together. That's how it looks for myself. Now, the next tip will be go AoE. If you go and grind the contracts on some area, just change your skills, and as I said, use the Corrupted Circle magic, use the Inferno Wave, use the Ice Spear, and then finish everything with Curse Explosion. You will do much more faster as AoE, and in the end, you will need to farm for the materials on different 50 level zones. So AoE, and that's why Mage is super good, AoE is much better and faster. It could be tricky, you can die, but definitely go AoE. And the last one, the last tip is for the super sweats. What does it mean? Go to the location where you have water. What does it mean? You can go to the Daybreak Shore and you can X on the water. So all of your skills will make you bigger damage, like for instance, Chain Lightning will become really Chain Lightning. All of the things will be faster from the healing perspective, and you have so many locations with every location at least have a small oasis or lake or something, so you can use it. And sweats, use that. That's the tips, boys. As a bonus, I will show what type of the gear I'm using. So I'm mostly about the mana regeneration and defense and magical critical hit or magical hit. What does it mean? Magical critical hit is a crit chance, and magical hit is also super important thing. It's 1% for every 10 stats more chance to hit the target and to hit the CC on the target. And our damage as a mage is a huge part of our damage is a burning and curses, right? And also we have sleep, and also we have Icebound Tomb. So with these two skills, sleep and Icebound Tomb, you can kill anybody. Every elite mob, everything, you just sleep them, you heal yourself, then you tomb them, you heal yourself, then you prepare the skills and you kill the thing. So basically, I'm trying to use all the equipment which for these stats. I'm using Elite Resistance Hood, I'm using the Resistant Magical Grab, Elite Resistant Close Gloves, Grace of Mother Nature Prayer Shoes because of the movement speed. This is super important. And obviously I'm using the Elite Resistant stuff because I can craft it, and the same for the wand, Resistant Magic Scepter. So as I told you, boys, this is not the guide, but this is the tips. A small piece of information how to make your mage work better. And by the way, this mage is working super good on a dungeon as a healer as well. Super important because, you're more useful, you can get the party more fast and easy and for yourself as well. So I'm really happy with this stuff. Plus one thing, I saw people on PvP with the staff and daggers. I still need to, to test it. And I need a guild for that. So I applied for a few big PvP guilds. Let's hope they will take me, and I will show you the mage in PvP environment. And I am preparing the big guide with all small details, more explanation about everything. But how do you like this video? Comment below, please subscribe and like the video. Love you guys. See you in the Khazar server. Bye.